So no code, but there are timestamps because I am going to try and explain myself. First and foremost, if I didn't release any content, it's because I am now checking it with PERM 1.45 to see if there's anything else I should do, so that includes my own custom character. But more importantly, I will explain after the timestamps as well as we get ads, scars, everything else. But, so yeah, in particular, file dependencies are a thing, and I should more than know that, but I'm saying that just to say it out loud. If for no other reason than because sometimes when I do playtesting or isolating custom content, this is a very specific quote, by the way, by myself. The reason is I forgot what I was on. I'm actually gonna try to roll through these just to see. Otherwise, I'm just gonna say fatalist and move on with life. We will switch these just to try and switch these, but as I'll get into it, I'll explain again. But basically, yes, I move my files around and that causes bugs. So. Shrug, but as we get into, it was actually Ath. As we get into Fatalist, all perks, random item, stats, custom character. So yeah, file dependencies are a thing. Some mysteries, especially if they use PERM, but it doesn't always have to be that way. They can use other Ito files that belong in other locations. In this example, so I wanted to correct myself because I made a mistake as we get to Dex. I think I did. Dexterity, knowledge, strength, light, charisma, and maybe second encounter check. Every single stat check. But, yeah, just to correct myself because I'm pretty sure, because I did some tests before this recording as well, that I accidentally did not include certain Ito files in the custom folder because when I removed them, I ran into the same exact crash, which I may have showed you at some point somewhere. Oh, maybe I didn't add that into the last episode. But if I didn't, just know that there was a crash that was happening if you don't align all of your files or put them where they're supposed to be. So as we get, not template, I'm going crazy. This is Fatalist, by the way, so I actually have to just follow left to right here because that's my little house rule, but oh boy, we're stuck in here. 5, knowledge, and sever. Well, I don't want to use Ancestors. Oh, we're in Ath, actually. Yeah, we're in Ath. We might as well use this. But, yeah, custom files were not where they were. And when I put them back where they were, no matter how much I tested making a certain decision, and if you saw the last episode, you know, if you don't need to, because unless you make the same decision I did, same mistake I did, you won't run into this crash with no error screen. But, yeah, just to say one more time before we move on, if you don't install basically mysteries, custom content, characters correctly, you will experience oddities, whether they're crashes, hopefully not crashes, but sometimes bugs. Which is what I was running into because I tested with and without with different characters, base characters, custom characters, set up characters with different situations, filling up items in the storage, which is what I thought was part of the bug. It was not. It was just missing custom Ito files for a mystery linked event. So, yeah, that's all I need to say on that as we move on here. But the other part of it that and the other part of things I was mentioning at the very beginning of this video was that I need to look over some of my custom content again. If you have been paying attention to my uploads on Nexus Mods, you'll note that I've been updating things. Well, some of them needed updates before PERM 1.45. Any 1.45? Am I going crazy? 1.45. I clicked this as if it was going to check for me, but all you need to know is that I need to look over things and make sure they work. There shouldn't be any weird dependencies, by the way. I'm just making sure that if I want to do something with a character or event or mystery, if there is now a more efficient and easier way to do it, or easier way, either one, but you get the point. Better to use a more consistent method when it comes to programming, usually, than one that's kind of more brute force, basically. But again, that's something that I need to think about. I often use band-aid fixes, but you don't want to end with band-aid fixes. So, yeah. But anywho, and I guess a little bit of self-promotion. If you play and pick up my custom Old God or my custom backstory, they both have ways you can swap Ito files and make it harder on yourself, basically. So that's all I need to say. So we take this custom mystery and we can finally grab a weapon. Where this time we're gonna go with the prep knife because I feel like I did mention it. I'll mention it here as well, but I'll talk about it when we get into an encounter so you can better see the visual of what I'm talking about. But I felt like fast swimmer, all perk. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting run. Oh my goodness, downtown and school max threat level. What do you mean? Because we're on because we're on a fatalist run, we're just gonna guess. Just put one somewhere. I do downtown because I feel like downtown has more investigations on average. But whatever you think is good. But what was I talking about? I know I was talking about my own custom content, but that's about it. Not really much else to say. I'm just looking over things. And, oh, yeah, I mentioned before, and we'll visualize it here. Fast Swimmer is not really realistic here, but what you're seeing here is essentially kind of the same thing. So I feel like I've done this before, and I was like, wow, Prep Knife is good. And then I proceeded to play an updated version of this character and said, wow, it's pretty bad. You can't see the bonus damage, but if you pay attention here, so watch this Prep Strong, 6 HP, 4 HP. So 6 to 7 HP here and there are normally isn't bad, basically, especially with this character's mechanics. Yes, missing a point or two of damage is a lot gameplay-wise, but this character's design-wise, it makes a lot more sense. Also, I just realized we need to be looking at things. So, just take a quick peek here. Hot pot, second sub-ingredient. All right, keeping that in mind. I was messing up the order, by the way. I think second sub-ingredient is the third step of the cooking competition. And if it's not, shrug. Mashed dishes, by the way, so never mind. Just toss everything into the storage for now. What are we doing here? Oh, it's a mystery I don't remember. It's pupils, but I don't think there's a boss here. Do I have a curse, by the way? No. So yeah, off we go. Let's do the market thing, and it was mashed. And off we go, and we'll see if we get the grand prize immediately. I think there are still stat checks, last I checked, during the cooking part of the competition. Unfortunately for me, we're just going to read a cookbook and get experience. But otherwise, again, I really highly suggest... didn't I also use Ancestral Strength, by the way? I do. It shows them rituals in front of my face, but as we fail a knowledge check, because stats don't matter, I'm going to rest here just to be safe here. But... yeah, play this character yourself. There's an English version. Now, if you don't have PERM, you have to get the non-PERM version. But if you don't know what PERM is, I highly suggest you start, or at least poke into it. I think there are more, yeah, there are prepared PERM custom packs that you can use just to get, definitely throw a lot more flavor to your run. It should be pretty much a drag and drop case with some directions, but if you follow the instructions, this should matter. Also, I forgot to visit. So, I swear I didn't do it just to show you, but I missed the competition and I lost 25 experience. Now, I could have leveled up here. There is a bit of micromanagement you could do, say if you're on an Azul run, but otherwise, yeah, you really want to enter the competition. But so what I'm talking about here is you can lose experience, get into an Azul experience roll, level up, and then boom, your Doom drops by probably just like 1 or 2. But still, it's better than losing like 8 or 7 Doom. But anywho, that's something else entirely. We're just going to keep doing this, by the way. So yeah, 7 damage per, because yeah, that's right, we have Ancestral Strength, and that's not bad considering we're only losing stamina. If we were losing something else, so be it, but because I don't believe I'm going to have any more mashed dishes, I'm going to throw this, and we're going to go for a desperate... how much is this again? Oh, random item stats. I was like, why am I doing so less damage? It's because random item stats affected this. So this is actually, I think it's actually like 3 damage, but if I do strong, it's a little bit more. Still, though, it ain't great. So I think we can brace here, and we actually do want to just kick. Fast Swimmer definitely allows us to do this, but with 5 or 6 strength, you can definitely do it. That being said, I think at this point we just do Desperate Kick, because that actually gets us more damage because of the dropped Prep Knife base damage. I think it actually might just be better to kick in this case. This is, I know I was talking about it earlier, but I didn't mean for this to, it got nerfed by random item stats, so didn't really get to show its worth, but hey. Also, this fresh chunk of flesh essentially functions as the lump of flesh, but it's another form that you can use for the sake of cooking, basically. But as you move on here, is that just basic experience? I thought you needed to like use the prep knife somewhere, but anywho. Yeah, and then it says here, if you inspect it, that's right, I forgot to inspect a lot of things for this character, because you'll get a lot more information, which, I mean, the inspect button exists. You could just add, like, some immersion stuff, but adding gameplay stuff to inspect isn't a bad idea either. Okay, fine, adrenaline. Okay, so we shouldn't, even though we're doing like terrible damage on our weapon, if we just use kicks, we should be just fine, because we'll still, as I mentioned before, so this part is still true. If you just kick and you're not required to use weapons, I think, anywhere to get their secondary effects. So that includes the ritual dagger, that includes the something, now that can also be negative. because what can end up happening, thank goodness we have a town mystery, by the way. What could end up happening is that you get the box cutter, but if you equip it, if it only use kick, even though you haven't used it, it still breaks. So that's an unfortunate side effect of weapon passives. Now, I'm not saying that this kind of like to add an effect that allows you that requires you to use the weapon attack. You could do so through PERM, but I'm not saying that needs to be added mechanically. It's an observation I made, and it does have its relevance in very nuanced locations. By the way, hot pot this time. We'll be the game will let us know, or this character's mechanics will let us know when, but because we're doing hot pot, I have to store the butter and the maple syrup. So hot pot main ingredient. So we do have hot pot stuff, I'm pretty sure. Question mark? But I threw the potato, by the way. Can the snake wine be used somewhere? Why am I doing this? Snake wine belongs to PERM, the item pack for PERM. It doesn't belong to this character, but hot pot second, hot pot main. Yeah, we're not gonna go shopping because I feel like we'll need a bit more doom. So yeah, off we go. We will do some experience, but yeah, off we go. Now, again, so here's my dev/design mind coming into effect. But a player might ask, why can't you use certain, I see that snake wine is not a base item, by the way, but someone can purposely end up. So in the illegal den, there's also an item called tonkotsu ramen that I made. But, well, first of all, immersion-wise doesn't make sense to use in a cooking competition. But second of all, things like snake wine is like, oh, snake wine, maybe I can use this. Development-wise, no, because I think they're made by two different people. And if that's not the case, well, correct me. By the way, Adrenaline Fast Swimmer is a heck of a thing. But I think this is 8 damage. 8 damage or this. So upwards of 15 damage. We could also brace here, by the way. So yeah, we just do this. Again, this is not because of the prep knife itself. It's because prep knife was nerfed by random item stats. So shrug. Now, again, that works in the opposite way. You could get a run where the prep knife does 3 damage, and suddenly you're dealing super damage. I think like upwards of 9 damage per. So shrug. But as we just need to hit 3 out of 4 of these. Yeah, 3 out of 4. Don't miss 2. Okay, I was about to say. We get more weird seasoning, but into the apartments. Let's remember to do that and not lose experience this time. But yeah, more stuff. Hot pot, by the way. I think we do have to use funds somewhere because, yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have enough ingredients, but we did pass the check, so it's fine. We didn't pass that check, but wait, did that? What happened? Anyway, I wasn't paying attention too much. I was autopilot because I looked at the character's stats and I was like, do I want another point in strength? And then I accidentally did this. So, anywho, moving on. We take more reason damage there, but that's fine for the moment. Because, yeah, with Adrenaline Fast Swimmer, we could actually just choose to heal instead of taking a stat, if I so choose. But, yeah, I was looking at my strength because I was like, oh, if I level up, let's do a thing. By the way, first aid, never mind. So we don't need to heal reason at all. Unless we never run into a encounter that we can defeat without dying to reason. Because, yeah, now that we're in Postal, we have a possible fight. So yeah, is that guaranteed, by the way? If that's guaranteed, I'm taking that for +1 reason all the time. Anywho, let's take a ride, and yep, there it is. Forget ancestral strength. I shouldn't walk forward here. I'm gonna just play it safe and rest. We'll rest twice over cap on stamina, but my reason is in pain, so mind wipe as well. We can get rid of that. I don't have to use the stuff toy here, but I'm gonna take a gamble and say I'm not gonna be affected by another curse. So, or a curse that I care about. That way we don't lose stamina. But, let's see here. We should be able to do the cooking competition. I'm a little curious as to how... I'm sure there's just a general clause for custom mysteries and the competition. But, anywho, read a cookbook. Now that I've lost experience. Grilled dishes in the village. My next question is, as we... Oh, never mind. Soldier 0 funds. I'm going crazy. yeah, I'm gonna do a thing. So -2 max stamina. Unfortunately, I'm capped on stamina, so I want to wait there. But grilled dishes. So inspect. Grilling second sub. Mashing first sub ingredient. Yeah, I'm gonna tree for funds here. Hope we don't get a bad curse. I know I just talked about. Okay, that's not so bad. So, anywho, and then here is where I realized, did we get price hike, by the way? Because price hike does affect this character here on this event. I'm going absolutely insane. No, I'm just going crazy. Well, can we sell anything else? No, so we're just going to instead grab funds. and then go shopping. So, grilled ingredients, please. Never mind. Oh, that's right, because so I think one of these town effects affects the thingy-majiggy. Store closed affects this particular ingredient. Or this particular event. So, yeah. And then now we unfortunately ran into an encounter. So, yeah, that's what happens when you get store closed. Store closed, I think, is the town effect that affects the markets there. So I can't go buy ingredients pretty much anymore. I want to kick instead, don't I? Yeah, I do. So, we're going to gamble, and then I can drink the snake wine. Nice 80%, by the way. 40%. Just shaking my head. I could opt to toss this wine bottle. Can we run from this, by the way? No. So, instead, we're just going to bet the farm again. And hope for the best. I need to hit 4 of these, please. Okay, fine. We're just going to gamble everything. We're just going to gamble it all. Okay, good. Enter the village, and off we go. Now, the good news is that defeating that, yeah, proc the ingredient, but we're just stuck here doing our best. So, shrug, but anywho, let me take a quick look just in case something doesn't go wrong. And hey, we do get something from it. Now, we have another mystery to possibly use that for, village produce for, but let's first visit the monument because I need to, I need to lower my doom. So yeah, I'm purposely lowering my stamina there, and then I'm just going to walk forward. Because I want 1 strength, but 2 to try and get the rest. Wait, did I already rest here? Well, anyway, my doom's high. Unfortunately, yeah, we're just gonna gamble here now. Well, that was not great. Let's take the hangover in the face. I don't think we have anything, and that's very unfortunate. I shouldn't have lost this run. I could have played it safe and rested, but you know what? Oh no, my dexterity is at 2, but I rolled a 10. But yeah, please play this character yourself if you know how to use PERM as well. If you don't want to use PERM, you can play the non-PERM version. She'll still have, you know, interesting parts of her. I don't remember at the moment because it's been a long time, but you get the point. And yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say. If I play this again, I'll play it again. 1 more OVA episode. Otherwise, we'll see what happens in the next video.